send him home. I don't believe that for a second. No. Yeah, a new one. Last name was Rob. What was your last name?
Walter.
Okay, Miss Walter, you're charged with assault of a family member. Shh. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
The complainant and the defendant are in a dating relationship. On May 26, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a family disturbance. The officer was dispatched and the complainant and the defendant went to the pool located within the apartment complex where they were drinking alcohol. The defendant accused the complainant of being flirtatious with other females at the pool and then struck him in the face with a closed fist, causing pain. The officer saw the complainant to have redness around his left eye and the lens of the left side of his glasses was missing.
Ms. Walter, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or kind of illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do we know if he would like to have contact with her or not?
Judge, Rook was completed back in June and the complainant did say he's okay with contact.
May I say something?
Give me 1 second. I'll let you say your piece. But so as it stands now, there's a protective order that has been issued. I suggest you get to know it because if you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. I am ordering you not to have any threatening or harassing contact with this person. Remember, what is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. It's what the other person perceives. So if I go like this, is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is, and it can get your bond revoked and put you back in jail. And I'm going to tell you now, no more PR bonds. If you pick up a new case, violate conditions, consume alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes.
These are your bond conditions. I will talk to you, but I don't want to talk about the case because you have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say about the case, they're going to sit there, type it, and try to use it against you to prove guilt. So you will get the opportunity to say your piece, but you need a lawyer to do it, and now's not the time.
And I asked for a court-appointed attorney because I just had a baby 8 weeks ago.
How old are you, man?
I'm 41.
Okay. Do you work?
No, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I just had a baby.
How many children do you have?
3.
You get support for the 3 children?
My oldest is 19. And then my middle child lives with another relative. So this is my only child at the moment. He's my, Jonathan, Mr. Golden is my sole provider.
So you're married.
Yes,
And how much money does your husband make?
15 an hour, 40 hours a week.
Is that the sole income? Okay, I'll have you fill.
The VA benefit.
So you have to qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. We just don't give them like candy on Halloween. You have to truly qualify, and that means poverty guidelines, the federal poverty guidelines standard. So what we'll do is we'll have you fill out an application. I need to know everything about you, how much money you make, how much money you have in the bank, what kind of cars you have, and then I'll take a look to see if you qualify. For now, I will have you sign. Stephen will give you an application. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. After that, we'll have you meet with Fleischer for your bond conditions. Do not leave until you sign all the documents, and then we'll take a look. Please, and no weapons, and no driving on Mr. Daly. Vic, who's this?
This is Dolphus on page 8.
Got it. Is it Jose Adolphus? Good morning, Mr. Adolphus. Sir, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or a household member. That makes it a Class A misdemeanor. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On July 6, 2024, the officers met with the complainant, the defendant's wife, who said the defendant was visiting her child at her apartment when the defendant told her he wanted to be with her. The complainant said she did not reciprocate the sentiment, and he told her that he should have killed her when he first got out in March because the complainant sent him to jail. The defendant also said he will kill the complainant if she calls the police on him again. The complainant was scared for her life and asked for a protective order.
Did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Yes, Judge. So
Shh.
I just want to make it known to the court that, yes, the defendant just was released from TDC for an assault against the same complaining witness. He was released in March. In July, he picked up this charge. I've also been in contact with the Family Violence Division at HPD because the complainant told me that she made a walk-in report on September 25th alleging that the defendant, she's currently pregnant, and alleging that the defendant has assaulted her again and that he threatened to kill her again because she went to the police. Those charges have not yet been filed, but I confirmed the existence of the incident report. Like I said, I've been in contact with the detective in this case.
You realize that you're near to being a true habitual. When you go to TDC, if you pick up a new case, you're a 15 to life case, a minimum of 15 years, Mr. Dolphus. Do you understand that?
Can I speak?
Don't. No, I've got a bunch of DAs here. Anything that you say, they're going to use it against you.
That's perfectly fine. I was nowhere near.
Stop. Well, I'm going to make that now and I'm going to memorialize that with an ankle monitor so I know that you're not there or going I'm forbidding you from going within 1,000 feet of where she lives or where she works. If that thing dings, the battery goes dead. It's not going to go well. Do you understand, Mr. Dolphus?
Sir. I'm back and forth between Houston and Atlanta. I have documentation showing that I was in Atlanta when all of this was concurred. I moved on, and that's her problem.
What happened with that charge? Is it going to get through?
So she says that the incident occurred on the 24th. She made a walk-in report on the 25th. Like I said, I called HPD on Friday and they told me that the report's made. They gave me like an incident number.
Pregnant with whose child?
I believe the defendant's child. She told me that he's
How
aware.
far along?
I think right now she's 6 months. I don't remember exactly how far along she told me, but like I said, the officers made the report. They have photos of her from the 25th or from the incident on the 24th. I can confirm that with her. I just spoke with her on Friday.
So, Mr. Dolphus, understand that there's a protective order that's been issued in this case. I would get to know it because if you violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. If they file those additional charges, it's called a violation of protective order. We put conditions on that and you violate it. We can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person in Harris County. You're telling me that you're in another place. I will give you a lawyer today and we'll see. If you have that document, great, put it up. Let's see. I'll give you, I already have an application on file. I'm gonna give you a lawyer today. Let's see what you have. But as it stands now, I don't want you to have any contact with this person. I don't want you to be in possession of weapons and not to go within 1,000 feet of where she lives, where she works. And I'm gonna put a monitor so I know where you are at all times. If you want to go to Atlanta, great. There's no problem with that. I'm not going to put any travel restrictions on you. Just don't go anywhere near where she lives or where she works. That's all I'm asking you to do. Don't pick up any new cases as well. You go to Atlanta, everything you do out in the free world, you need to be thinking, if I do this, am I going to go to jail? If I say this, what kind of ramifications is it going to have? Because it's your liberty that's at stake. All she's got to do is go, hey man, he's bothering me, and boom, you go down. Don't give any cause for that to happen. Charged with driving while intoxicated, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. On October 27th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle on the Tomball Tollway. After observing it swerving within its lane, unintentionally drift into the lanes beside it and nearly strike another vehicle on the roadway. The vehicle also failed to signal a lane change. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed the defendant to have slurred speech, glossy eyes, and a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to driving and to drinking 2 large beers, one of which was found on the back passenger floorboard, a quarter of the way full and still cool to the touch.
So drinking while driving?
And standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The breath samples were 0.089 and 0.091.
Mr. Ponce, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. You're in this country with or without permission.
Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
Nada,
Nothing?
no, sí, no tengo permiso.
No, I don't have any permission.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
O sea, si usted va a la cárcel.
No estoy ilegal, no puedo hacer nada.
I'm illegal, I can't do anything.
What happens if you go to jail, Mr. Ponce?
No, pues nada, estoy entre la ley, no puedo hacer nada.
I'm outside of the law, I can't do anything about it.
I don't know what kind of answer that is, Mr. Ponce, but I would hope that you would recognize that it's damn elementary that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. And I'm telling you now, that is a minimum of 5 days in jail. 5 days in jail that you go to as a minimum to any sentence you get on a DWI. And I will tell you that if you do anything more than 4 hours in a jail cell, immigration sweeps it on a daily basis. And if they find you, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until the case is over with. And then you get shoved off to immigration where you were sick for another 6 to 9 months, waiting for immigration to do what they're going to do. That is what happens when you violate the law and you go to jail.
Va a la cárcel.
Do you understand?
Sí,
Yes.
I am warning you at this moment not to drive at all for any reason, and you will be signing a promise with me. This is the only warning that you will get, Mr. Ponce, and this is an affidavit. If I find that you violate this, you can look forward to up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive because I can have a contempt hearing. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If you consume alcohol, likewise, you will go to jail. No more PR bonds. The only reason you got out so quick is we gave you a PR bond. You violate conditions, pick up a new case, it will not happen again. Do you understand?
Yes.
What happens if you go to jail?
no, pues no sé.
I don't know.
Did you not hear anything that I just told you?
Nada de lo que le acabo de decir.
Sí, la escucho muy rápido.
Yes, I did hear it. It's just I heard you very fast.
What will immigration do to you?
¿Qué le hará migración?
No, pues me voy a deportar.
Well, they'll deport me. Así es.
And we'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I will get you to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. After that, we will get you to sign for your bond conditions. We will get you out of here. When you come back, have a lawyer, Mr. Ponce. Good morning, Ms. Treadwell. How's jail? You know, your lawyers come up to me and ask for me to reduce your bond. I've got your bond at a very high rate, you know, $50,000 for a reason. I want you to understand that we mean business. It's not a joke. When you're out there and you're driving in a state that can, very well, you may do something that can cause catastrophic damage and you'll never dig yourself out of a hole. I will reduce your bond. They asked me for 5, I'll do 7,500 each. But I'm telling you, if you do get out, no more issues. I want you on the curfews and I don't want you out in the middle of the night. And I definitely don't want you driving. Do you understand? You're going to have to find another way to make it work, but not in a car. I just can't trust you. You have a lot of people that depend on you, 2 children that depend on you, right? When you're not there, they're going to look to love and support from somewhere. And if you're not there, they may look to it at places you don't like or you don't approve of. These are things that you need to consider. When you become a mother, your life's not yours anymore. It's your children's lives. That's who matters. So when you're out there considering doing what you're going to do, the only thing that needs to come in your mind, if I do this, how is it going to impact my kids? That's what you need to be thinking about. Do you understand, man?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make it 7,500 each. Okay. And then if you're able to bond out, you must come here immediately so we can do all the bond conditions, do all the paperwork, because I'm putting an ankle monitor on you so I know where you are. And I'm on your other ankle, I'm going to put a scram so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. And I'm going to tell you now, you bond violate, you consume alcohol again, you pick up a new case, holy, I'm going to go nuts on the bond. Do you understand? Okay, Mr. Treadwell, good luck. Okay. Apellido.
Jimenez.
Jimenez. Jaramillo Jimenez, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 28, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it operate without all of its lighting equipment activated during the nighttime. Upon contact with the defendant, who is the driver and sole occupant, officers observed the suspect to have slurred speech, bloodshot eyes, and an odor of alcoholic beverage. Defendant admitted to drinking 2 alcoholic beverages about 1 to 2 hours prior. SFSTs were conducted, 6 out of 6 HGM, 7 out of 8 walk and turn, 2 out of 4 one-leg stand. DICs were read, but breath was refused, and a search warrant was signed and executed. The defendant does also not have an eligible driver's license, Judge.
Again, we have to go on an offense writing report, just class. I mean, it's completely conclusory. Read me the first sentence. Why the PC for the stop?
Read from the DIMS really quickly, Judge. I just want to make sure it's correct.
Without all of its nighttime equipment on. What on earth does that mean?
See if we can read it from the, if we have the offense report, Judge, because that's what
It's
it's.
over and over and over and over. I mean, headlights, brake lights, turn lights.
Fog lamps, my favorite kind of light.
I'm just seeing in the offense report, Judge, that driving without lights activated during nighttime.
Better. So you're saying he was driving at night without headlights? Is that?
That's what I believe this offense report is stating. It doesn't specify which lights.
I mean,
Would you like us to call Officer Judge to clarify?
yeah, I guess I'll give you a bit of time for, you know, just toma asiento allá, por favor.
The next Spanish word is